Kicking off the main card of UFC on ESPN 5, that's from Newark, New Jersey, starting at 12 p.m. Eastern. It's an early card, is a couple of light heavyweight finishers in Darko Stosic taking on Kennedy Nzechukwu. And if we look at Kennedy Nzechukwu, he's a guy, it took him 2 fights on the Contender Series to seal the deal, make it into the UFC. You look at this guy, I mean, look, there's all sorts of positives, but if you go back to his first fight in the UFC, it was a fight against Paul Craig, and realistically, it was his first pro loss, but what can you kind of tell us about that fight? What did we learn about it?
He showed really poor fight IQ in that fight. I mean, in the first minute, he almost got caught in an armbar.
And his elbow got tweaked so bad in that submission.
It was like Vitor Belfort, John Jones-esque. Like, it looked like he was going to tap. And then every grappling exchange from there on out, he was definitely on the losing end of them. So for you to keep on going to the ground and kind of playing that game with Paul Craig, who we all know is that last-second submission specialist, it just really shows poor fight IQ on your part. And especially in the third round, Paul Craig wasn't doing a great job. It's not like he's shooting power double legs like Kamaru Usman. He's like kind of grabbing an arm and pulling guard every single time. And Nzechukwu just never really learned his lesson and ended up getting submitted by the end of it.
It's going to be interesting to see what he brings into this fight because he's a guy that's 6-1 with 4 wins by knockout or TKO, trains out of Fortis MMA. Now, taking on a Serbian striker in Darko Stosic, a guy who he's fought some of the best and the best in the regional series in Eastern Europe, but he's a guy that's sitting at 13-2 as a pro. 8 wins by knockout or TKO, and in his last fight, it was a loss, of course, to Devin Clark, where he just got totally outclassed. It was a win over Jeremy Kimball in his debut. He's a guy that's got the only other pro loss on his career, Yuri Prochazka, the rising light heavyweight champ. And I mean, Yuri Prochazka has wins over King Mo and Satoshi Ishii. Exactly. Realistically, Nzechukwu going to come into this fight. He's going to have 5 inches of reach and 6 inches of height. Reverse those against Stosic, and the odds have Stosic as a -135 favorite and Nzechukwu plus 110. Matt, who are you taking?
I feel like Stosic as the favorite is justified, and personally, I have him winning by decision.
Going to be taking Nzechukwu in this fight. Longer guy. It's going to be a fight on the feet. Looking forward to this one to start off our main card. Matt, follow along for the rest of our main card predictions here on YouTube. Fight Night Picks, Matt. Let's get in.